Like I said, Adventures of Sonic would probably get the 2-disc treatment. Sonic X, that'd probably be lucky enough to maybe get a Blu-ray, an official Blu-ray release to where it could be argued that it could be in the same category as, let's say, Justice League, and you could actually get it stretched out to be full screen and kind of high definition, because it was done in 2003. So it's possible with that. That's the only Sonic series I know of. Same with Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom just came out, so that's no argument there. No argument there. But like I said, if you take a show like Mask, which is 65 episodes, 65 episodes I believe, that's basically a 2 to 3 disc deal on Blu-ray. And again, that would be the only reason. It'd be the only reason they would release these things on Blu-ray. Economically, it would save them money if they just did Blu-ray. Are they still going to do DVD? Of course they are. Because some companies would rather do it on DVD, knowing that there are people that have HD televisions with HDMI cables connected to them, which would allow the screen, the picture, to be up-converted to fill out the screen. And that's it. Because they know if it goes to Blu-ray, it's not going to have that same treatment. It's just going to be boxed in. So, again, I believe, as I said in the first part, I believe it's already happening this year, according to Zero Nizarak, but I also believe it's going to continue on as we get more into the next decade and stuff. You're going to see a lot more shows from the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, the 90s, early 2000s. You're going to see some of those shows that are only meant to be DVD releases. You're going to see a lot of those shows getting a Blu-ray treatment. You are. And it's not going to be because, they want to take their time and remaster them and make them look good. No. It's basically going to be because it's economically more feasible to have less disc with more quantity and maybe better quality up-converted by a bit on a lesser amount of disc than it is spending money and trying to get all these other discs. I mean, think about it. Do you not think a company like, let's say, Shout Factory doesn't look at something like, let's say, Mask and say, you know what? If we did a Blu-ray release with that, we could actually save a lot more money. That's what it is. It's economically more feasible. Now you might say, well, how is it economically more feasible, Brian? It's Blu-ray. It's high definition stuff. Let me ask you this. Why in the world do they sell Blu-ray disc for Blu-ray drives? Let me ask you that. Why do they do that? Why do they sell Blu-ray disc for Blu-ray drives? Because they know people want to have a lot more space to to save the stuff on than on a DVD. That's why they do it. That's why you see the Blu-ray plus Rs, minus Rs out there along with the drives. Because people want more space to save more stuff so they could have... They basically want more space to save more stuff on because they know it'll be less disk space, if you get my drift, than what you would get with DVD. That's mainly what it is. Why do you think sometimes now they're selling dual layer disc for DVD? Because people want a little bit more space. And they're going to get that. That's why they have these Blu-ray recordable discs, Blu-ray drives and all that, writable drives. They have these Blu-ray writable discs, recordable discs, whatever. That's why they have them out there. Because people want to have, they know people want to have something that gives them more space to save stuff on if they don't have an external hard drive. If they don't have a huge, a 16 gigabyte or 20 gigabyte flash stick. They want something that's going to give them more space. They want something that's going to give them more space to save stuff on, to save documents, videos, pictures, you name it. And why do you think some companies I mean, companies, yeah. But why do you think some companies in some countries are also now selling Blu-ray recorders? Because they know people want to have something that allows them to record their programming, but with a lot more space, and without the possibility that the image might not seem so. Without the possibility that the image might not seem so nice looking after it's all said and done. I mean, this is coming from somebody that has a freaking DVD recorder that goes up to almost 14 hours of recording if I wanted to. So again, it's all about the fact. It's all about saving space. It's all about economically saving space. And that's exactly why I believe, in my opinion, just my opinion, that as we get closer to the next decade, you're going to see companies like Shout Factory, Warner Brothers, Disney, Encircle, DHX. You're going to see all these companies, Mill Creek, Echo Bridge. You're going to see all these companies, Sony, MGM, Universal. DreamWorks. DreamWorks is a classic media division. You're going to see all these companies bringing out a lot more stuff that was mainly filmed and broadcast in standard definition and on broadcast tape. You're going to see a lot more of those companies re-releasing or releasing those shows for the first time on Blu-ray, and not to be remastered, but to basically economically save space. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. You don't believe me? That's fine. But if you take a look at how some Blu-ray players distributed and created by even the most well-known companies like Sony are going down in price, there's your answer. It's going to be in addition to that you're going to see this happening. And I believe we're going to see it more so, like I say, starting around next year and into the years to come. Is it going to happen with everything, though? Probably not. Because let's face it, there are some animated shows, live action shows, that you try to get the broadcast tapes and all that, or the master tapes for those, and some of the tapes are not that good. Some of the tapes are so worn out and so out of it, so worn down and out of it, there's no way to preserve them. There's no way to put them on and transfer them to Blu-ray. To Blu-ray officially. I take a look at that Saturday Morning Cartoons 1980s Volume 1 deal. Some of the things some of the shows on there, you can't really watch. Are watchable, but you could tell that they even say it in a warning. They say some of the material, some of the film material is not that good anymore because it's been worn down. It's been broadcast over and over and over again. But again, like I said, the possibility is there. The possibility is there, and it probably will happen for shows that can be transferred successfully to Blu-ray. Now, like I said, it's not going to happen with all of them, and if it does, it'd be a surprise. I'd be surprised if Warner Brothers decides, hey, we're gonna release the Blu-ray versions of our Saturday Morning Rewind cartoons for the kids, but we'll put a warning on there saying, oh, by the way, some of the stuff may not be watchable anymore. It is watchable, but some of the material may be a little worn here and there because it's been so old. Yeah. You'll probably get something like that as they do the same thing. They basically take those Saturday morning cartoon volumes, Saturday morning rewind volumes, and can transfer them over to Blu-ray. You'll probably get that warning there because let's face it, like I said, it's not going to look that good. It's not going to look good at all, and that's the truth. It looks fine, it looks okay, it's passable on DVD, and it might be passable if they just transfer it over to Blu-ray and try to upconvert it a little bit, but that's about it. But to me, it's not going to be that passable. It probably will look a little worse than anything. One thing that would keep companies wary about doing this, though, and mostly keep fans wary about companies actually going in this direction, is what happened with Dragon Ball. Now, Funimation must have fixed the problem and everything, but previously, before this, there was another video distributor that, and you can look this up on Google and YouTube, that when they released Dragon Ball the series on Blu-ray, it wasn't the best release ever. It was not the best release anybody could come up with. Because basically they tried to do things with Dragon Ball that, because it was standard definition it was filmed on, and broadcast tape it was broadcast on, or from, they could not get a good convert. They attempted to remaster it into high definition. It cannot be done. You know, it cannot be done. This is why some fans are weary, I'm pretty sure, of companies doing this. But guess what? It's probably going to happen. It's just not a matter of where or how or if. It's just a matter of when. And I believe it's going to happen in the next few years. I just feel it's coming. Because let's face it, DVD is around, but guess what? Just like VHS, DVD is slowly being phased out by Blu-ray. And Blu-ray is going to take over, in a sense, from the physical media standpoint, with digital streaming and all that right on its tail, but Blu-ray is going to physically take over. And that's where the money's going to be, and that's where I believe it's a possibility, and it's not a matter of if, where, or how, it's just a matter of when that it's going to happen. And I believe, in my opinion, 2015, you're going to start seeing a lot more of that. I mean, do you think the United States companies here in the U.S. are going to, video distributing companies here in the U.S. are going to allow the video distributing companies in other countries, like Germany and the U.K., to basically have all the credit, have all the fun in doing that kind of stuff? Oh, heck no, they're going to want a piece of that. And guess what? They may just get it. So, that's all I'm going to say on it, though, guys. And sorry this was in two parts. Just thought I'd get it off my chest. But yeah, what can I say? I think what can I say? Animated shows from the past. What can I say? Retro cartoons on Blu-ray. Like I said, it's not a matter of when. Like I said, it's not a matter of how, if, or where. It's just a matter of when. And I think that is just around the corner. Thank you all for watching. I'll talk to you all later.